Hello, my name is John, and today we'll be reading Climate Change and the Democrats. Excitable Progressives Compare It to World War II and Cancer. By Emmett, Tyrrell, Jr., Washington Times, September 10th, 2019. Climate change is one of those issues that the bien-pensants around the world all agree upon. We must act. If we do not act, people will lose their beach houses. Plants will wither and die. Birds will fall from the sky. Just last week, whole communities in the Caribbean were swept away. There are, however, problems with eliminating or ameliorating climate change. For one thing, modern technology cannot seem to keep up with people's ability to dream. Daydreams outpace technology every time. Dream up a problem such as climate change, and I will guarantee you that it will be years before climate change is solved by technology. Though when I ponder some of the solutions now being offered for climate change, it might be worth the wait. Consider Congressgirl Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She has dreamed up a vast scheme. She calls it the Green New Deal. It envisages all our homes and office buildings and even factories being revised and rebuilt according to her green code. Others are more moderate. They would only wipe out the commercial airline industry, though the automobile industry could be next. Already there is an ambitious plan afoot in our country to end the life of the plastic straw. Oh yes, there is another problem with climate change. It is not a winning issue with the electorate. Any government that attempts this sort of green adventure almost immediately falls. I cannot think of a country on earth whose majority supports climate change legislation. Possibly in the Vatican there is a majority that supports climate change legislation. We know the Pope favors it, yet I would say that the Vatican is not a conventional democracy. Australia is a conventional democracy, and climate change has not done very well in Australia. There have been 7 governments in recent years that came to power in Australia, and all, in one way or another, came a cropper because of climate change. The most famous example of climate changer being defeated by a climate change denier in Australia was in 2013. In that election, Kevin Rudd, pictured on the right, who ran on a platform of carbon taxes, was demolished by Tony Abbott, who once referred to climate change activism as crap. He sounds downright Trumpian to me. Last Wednesday, we saw Democrats' lonely crowd of candidates traipse across a stage for a ghostly pageant hosted by CNN. The network finished dead last that night in the ratings, with the other 2 cable news channels elbowing CNN aside. The network's average audience during the 7-hour event was a measly 1.1 million viewers. The topic for the 7-hour spectacular? Yes, 7-hour was climate change. Jeff Zucker, the president of CNN, apparently thought it was a major issue with the Democratic hopefuls, and obviously they agreed. Gaffable Joe Biden, Pocahontas, Comrade Bernie Sanders, and all the rest arrived on stage Wednesday night to talk about climate change all night long if need be. They compared it to World War II. They compared it to cancer. They blamed it for wars already in progress and wars in the future. One ludicrous comparison was between climate change and overpopulation. The wretched of Africa could be saved by Planned Parenthood's arrival in the dark continent, all wearing pith helmets and garb from LL Bean. Frankly, the Democrats' obsession with climate change is more than odd. It is delusional. As American Spectator's Hunt Lawrence and Daniel J. Flynn wrote in commenting on the Wednesday night revels, not climate change but health care matters to voters in a real tangible way and not in an abstract sense, like climate change. Health care consumes 18% of the American budget, trending upward toward 20% by mid-decade. Americans now spend $3.5 trillion or so on healthcare, with the federal, state, and local government footing 45% of the bill. How will we pay for it in 2025? The subject was not even discussed last Wednesday by the leading Democratic contenders. Messrs. Lawrence and Flynn are putting their money on healthcare, not climate change, as an issue in 2020. This video is a production of the School of the White Crane. Hi, my name is John Brooker. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Please share this video with family and friends and on social media. May God richly bless you, my beloved.